Hi, I'm Jim Dutton, host of Texas Home Improvement and one of the owners of Due West Foundation Repair. And we're going to talk today about house raisings because there's a lot of homes in the Houston area that have flooded, and people are really wondering, what can I do with my home? How can I get back into it? Do I need to raise it? Do I need to tear it down? And what's the cost? Well, we're going to address some of those things in this quick video here for you. And of course, if you have more questions, we're always available for you to give us a call or go to our website, du-west.com. A lot of times we wonder, how long is it going to take to raise a house? Well, obviously it's going to depend on the size of the home and what has to be done. In general, what you're doing is underpinning the entire structure, just like you were going to level a house. But instead of just leveling it, you just keep lifting it up. The time goes into putting the piers in to get it ready to level, because if that's not done properly, that house will move in the future. That will be an unbelievably expensive repair. So you got to make sure that they go deep enough whenever somebody is going to lift your home. As far as the lifting process itself, normally it's done in 1 or 2 days. All the time goes into setting up and getting the piers in place and ready to go. And again, that just depends on the size, but usually you're probably looking about a month. Now, if you're wondering, can you live in the home while this work is being done? We actually have had people live in the home while we've been doing the work. We'll hook up their sewer systems on flex lines, we'll put sleeves for the water lines, and we'll just have everything where it is usable while we're doing the work. But during the actual lift, the house will be empty. That doesn't mean you got to take all your possessions out, but we're not going to allow you in the house during the day. So if we're doing the lift in a day or two, you will have someplace else to stay that night, simply because we don't want to take any chances. Now, it can sound pretty scary and dangerous lifting a home up in the air, and truthfully, done improperly, it can be scary and it can be unsafe. But if you take all the right precautions, like if you're using tunnels, you ventilate them. When during the lifting process you're cribbing to keep everything tight as it's coming up, so if something does give way, the house doesn't fall, it is a very safe process. It all depends on the contractor you hire and their experience on knowing what to do to keep it safe. Lifting a house is very expensive. And so a lot of times people say, well, why don't I just tear it down and build a new one? You absolutely can do that. Most of the time, the reason people lift their existing house, because it's not just a house, it's their home. And they want their home back, and they don't want their home to flood again. But there's some other reasons that you may want to consider if you're considering lifting your home versus tearing it down and building another one. Your tax level is already set on your existing home. If you tear it down and build a new home, you now reset the tax base on that home. And if you remember the way Texas law works, they can only raise your taxes so much each year. But if you tear it down and build a new one, they can go up as high as they want and then start raising it from there. So it's just a financial question that you have to decide. What are you paying in taxes now? What would you pay if you built a new home? And is it worth it? One of the benefits of raising a house like this, when it's all done, you're going to have new plumbing typically. Now, in some cases, if a house is new enough and it's got PVC plumbing, we can cut the lines, raise it, and attach. In general, though, the drain lines are going to be replaced. That's your sanitary sewer lines. As far as your water lines, normally those come up with the home. You got nothing to worry about on those. But once the house is elevated, everything's open underneath, it really doesn't take much to replace the drain lines. And it's all going to have to be hung up to make sure that you don't get bellies in the lines and stuff. So yeah, you're getting new plumbing lines in your old home. Now, your AC system is inside the home. Typically you got your inside unit up in the attic or in a closet or something like that. Your outside unit, though, you don't want to leave that on the ground anymore, because if it floods, you got to replace it. So normally what happens is you put a bracket on the side of the building and you set the AC on the bracket so it's up with the house. During the lift process, most of the time, you're not going to have AC in the home. But again, arrangements can be made if you're going to be staying in the house so that you're only without AC the one night that you're staying somewhere else. Now with raising your house up out of the floodwaters, there's going to be a lot of work that needs to be done. Due West takes care of a good share of it. We're going to take care of the underpinning part, we're going to take care of the lifting, we'll take care of building the wall back, getting steps into the home. If you need an elevator to get into the home, we can take care of that for you. All the access and everything outside, Due West can take care of all that for you. Plumbing, AC, everything. When it comes to the interior work, yes, we can help you with it, but we are going to be bringing in other contractors to do that work. So you'll have a choice there. Do you want us to take care of it and make it a turnkey project? Or do you want to be involved in bringing in other contractors to help out? It's all up to you. Now, a big concern to a lot of people are their garage. What are you going to do for a garage when the house is raised? You know, some contractors will tell you, let's just cut it off and leave it down if it's an attached garage. If it's a detached garage, you leave it down. But if it is an attached garage and you don't want to build it in to be in living space, you want your garage where it's at, because that's the way the house was designed. You know, we can build a ramp to go into the home. You don't have to put dirt under that ramp. You can build a structural ramp into the home, much like a bridge would be. And that still keeps you in compliance with the drain issues and still gives you access to your garage. Well, I hope the video helped you out a little bit on your questions as far as raising your home, what's going to be involved, and truly, I hope it helps you make the right decision, who to call to get your home raised. Now, obviously, I would really like to take care of the project for you. But if you have questions still, by all means, pick up the phone and give us a call. The number, 713-473-7156. And if you want to go to our website for more information, it's du-west.com.